Welcome to Foundation Friday. The dedication and covenant of silent unity was signed on December 7th, 1892 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, founders of the Unity movement. It is unlikely when they signed this covenant that they had any idea how far-reaching unity would be as it evolved into the church we know and love today. We invite you to join us as we explore and share some of the original ideas, teachings, and writings of the men and women who created the foundation of the Unity Church.
Hi there. Thank you for joining us today for our Foundation Friday program. Today, we are going to take a look at one of the essays by Reverend Eric Butterworth. Mr. Butterworth has been definitely a cornerstone in the foundation of Unity and Unity's teachings. Today, we are looking at his essay number 97 in Essays on Abundant Living. And this one is called The Inside of the Cup. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, and I'd like you to know that this essay and most of Mr. Butterworth's works are available to you for free at truthunity.net, a wonderful resource. Okay, here goes. Psychosomatic medicine diagnoses and treats physical illness, thought, the influence of mental and emotional states on the human body. This field was actually first set forth by Jesus 1900 years before the contemporary research into it, pointing out that a man's enemies are they of his own household. He established the idea that negative thinking is the source of all physical as well as mental inharmony. He said, likewise, woe unto you, for ye cleanse the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full from extortion and excess. Cleanse first the inside of the cup and platter, that the outside therefore may become clean also. From the very beginnings of the practice of medical healing, and even in much of the world is what's called spiritual healing, the healing of the physical body has been the goal. However, since the physical body is but the shadow of what John says, beloved, I pray that in all things thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers. As he thinketh in himself, so is he, deals with a subconscious belief. A man can never completely understand himself until he understands something of the working of the subconscious level of mind. For nearly everything we attempt is under its control and direction. William James felt that the discovery of the subconscious mind was the greatest in 100 years. In our study of truth, we talk a great deal about mind, saying that mind is the connecting link between God and man, and that through knowledge of mind, we can master fate and circumstance. This is quite true, but mind is generally thought of as consciousness. A confusing term for consciousness is the deep feeling of your entire being, including the conscious and subconscious levels. The contemporary expression building consciousness or raising consciousness actually implies building into the subconscious mind certain patterns of thought, certain images from which desirable results will be obtained or achieved. The mind is often held to be conscious and subconscious or unconscious, But it is more comprehensible to think of the mind as having three areas of functioning: the consciousness, the subconsciousness, and the superconsciousness. The last of these is the Christ mind or the God mind, the Father in you, the point of your unity with the mind of the infinite. Emerson says, man is an inlet and may become an outlet to all there is in God. Intuition, to give one example, springs forth from the superconscious mind, which is an ever-present inner genius and potentially seeking being. The subconscious mind, too, the connection between the superconscious and the conscious mind, and its true office is to receive impressions from the superconscious and to reproduce them on the canvas of the conscious mind and experience. It is at this point that we lose our awareness of true divine identity, where the fall of man takes place, and the lack of our own sense of innateness, where the consciousness of the indwelling Father as an ever-present reality is lost. We thereupon reverse the process. Instead of accepting the impressions of the superconscious and impressing them upon the conscious mind and experience, we accept thoughts and feelings and attitudes from the conscious mind and reproduce them in conscious experience. Judging by appearance is reactive thinking, disdaining the divine process flow by which man could ever be master by judging righteous judgment and by letting the mind think creatively from within and the spirit its side of the picture. The subconscious is the workshop of the mind. It does not reason or discriminate. It takes what is given and works it out. It never initiates, never starts a train of thought. It follows implicitly and obediently wherever it is conveyed to. The impressions it receives are from three sources. First, from the conscious mind through impressions received from some sense perceptions of experience. Second, from the stream of thought or mental energy known as race consciousness or mortal mind, as Eddy calls it. And third, from the superconscious, the Father within, the intuitive flow. But the amazing thing is that control of the mind, the directive force, is always on conscious level. The Father presence is always there within you. The power of greatness is always within you. However, like the prodigal son, you have to come to it yourself. The scriptures say, choose ye this day whom you will serve. Results cannot be anticipated from the subconscious mind when the conscious mind is filled with fear or worry, or when it really cannot focus on what it wants. We must start to exercise care over the thoughts we think and the suggestions we permit to find their way into our subconscious mind. We must be on guard against suggestions which come to us from what is available to see and hear, such as what appears continually in the daily newspapers, on the television, the radio, a recital of all the ills and tragedies of our time. The subconscious mind takes the thoughts that emanate from consciousness or from superconsciousness and believes it unquestioningly. Therefore, if you state, I am ill, it's like an order to a faithful servant to be carried out at once. Better to state, I am fine. Any thought held persistently in your conscious mind becomes a command to the subconscious. Whether the thought happens to be creative or destructive, benevolent or evil, the subconscious mind does not reason inductively, nor does it take value judgment. It simply takes the thoughts you send it and works them out to their conclusion. Send it thoughts of health and strength, and it will work out health and strength in your body. Permit suggestions of illness, fear, apprehension, and you will more than likely begin to see the manifestations of these in your physical condition. There are two very important points. First, the superconscious mind knows what things you have need of even before you ask. It desires to fill the needs you have in it. Oh, I'm sorry. You have in it something going for you, a force directing into your experience that which is good. The moment you turn from appearance and speak the word of truth, you open the way to a force instantly in operation. Second, the subconscious mind is like a computer. Ideas fed into it continue to reproduce themselves. This can work either for good or for bad. Therefore, when you are thinking on the good, meditating on the good, expecting the good, emphasizing the good, you have two forces helping you. Your mind is open-ended. It includes the infinite of limitless God mind. When man thinks of his mind, he means that much of God mind that he has come to harness and to use. Understanding of this principle explains prayer, the results of which are not the will of God. Rather, prayer releases the power of mind, God mind, the power through which what we desire may be expressed or experienced. Prayer is directive use of the subconscious mind, giving it a flow of superconscious forces, attitudes, ideas. It is consciousness taking mastery so that God may work with you and for you. We must constantly be aware of a need to cleanse the inside of the cup, to fill the mind with that which is positive and helpful. The human consciousness is often mixed up in race thought. We must awaken to the realization that even as love and friendliness are contagious, so too can be fear and anxiety. Let's reverse this process and institute an epidemic of health and vitality and strength. Why don't you be the one to start an epidemic of health, a chain reaction of positive and helpful thinking, spreading out through your radiance and passed along by you through your positive words to others? Instead of, there's a lot of flu going around, why not say, there's a lot of good health going around? Get the thought centered in that which is positive, emphasize it, feed it into the subconscious mind, letting health and vitality renew and perpetrate themselves in wellness and radiate this to others. Become, as it were, a carrier of the positive influence of health and vitality. Wow, that's Mr. Butterworth's lesson on the inside of the cup. Of course, meaning when it's good on the inside, it will expand to the outside. I certainly hope you've enjoyed our lesson today. But before we go, I want you to know you matter. You are sacred. And you are so, so very loved. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.